One day, Toby was waiting to pick up passengers from James's train. Where is that James? Just because I'm a guaranteed connection doesn't mean he can dawdle around. Toby rang his bell impatiently. Then, a bus came racing into the station. "Hello," panted the bus. "I'm Bertie. Who are you?" "I'm Toby. What's a bus doing at a railway station?" he asked, rather apprehensively. "I've brought James passengers. He was having trouble getting started." "Yes, well, he would have at least arrived on time," snorted Toby. He puffed away, leaving an offended Bertie behind. Later, Toby was at the top station, picking up quarry workers. As he waited, Bertie arrived. "What are you doing here?" frowned Toby. "I've just brought some passengers," replied Bertie. "Is there a problem with that?" "Just stay out of my way," huffed Toby. "I don't need help from a slow, little bus like you." "Who do you think you are?" scowled Bertie. But Toby only blew steam at him. "Stupid bus," muttered Toby. "Thinks he can just come onto my line and take my passengers? Not this time." That evening, Toby told Thomas all about Bertie. "He's going to replace us just like those buses on my old tramway did," he exclaimed. "He's a danger to the branch line." "Nonsense. Bertie's no danger. He's very kind. And he's only here to help us, not take our work away." "That's what he wants you to think," scoffed Toby. "Soon, there'll be more buses taking over, and before we know it, we'll be sent for scrap." Thomas, tired of Toby's propaganda, went to sleep without another word. The next day, Toby decided to take matters into his own buffers. "I'll show that bus," he said determinedly. "I'll send him back to his garage for good." At the station, Toby saw some passengers waiting at Bertie's bus stop. "Bertie's been ill," he called, "so I'll be taking you all today." The passengers were surprised, but agreed, so they and Toby's regular passengers all climbed into Henrietta. "Plenty of room for everyone," she chimed, even though she felt rather full. With a cheerful ring of his bell, Toby struggled out of the station. I'll show him, panted Toby as he hurried along, but he didn't sound very confident anymore. Henrietta felt heavier than she had for years, and seemed to groan as she lumbered slowly behind. Come along, wheezed Toby. They were just approaching Terrence's field when a loud crack sounded from Toby's wheels. Braking carefully, the driver slowed the train to a halt. The problem wasn't hard to find. "You snapped a coupling rod," said the driver. "With all that strain you put on yourself, I'm not surprised." "But what about the passengers?" Toby asked. "We can't just leave them here." The fireman went to phone for help, and soon, Toby heard a familiar motor in the distance. "So that's where all my passengers went," said Bertie. Toby blushed and looked at his buffers. "Never mind," smiled Bertie. "I'll get them to the station in no time." The passengers were relieved. Soon, they were all on board Bertie. With a cheerful honk, he set off for the top station. Later, Thomas arrived with the cranes, and with him was the fat controller. "Toby, would you care to explain why you lied to Bertie's passengers and damaged yourself on a simple passenger run?" he demanded. Toby sighed and explained everything. "I just didn't want to be replaced by buses again, sir. It was already horrible enough the first time." Henrietta murmured in agreement. The fat controller looked sympathetically at the old tram engine. "I understand your worries, Toby, but I would never replace my engines. You are too hardworking and useful for that to ever happen. But stealing passengers is no way to behave. Bertie is an ally to you engines," continued the fat controller. "He wouldn't dream of replacing you. He only takes passengers to places my railway doesn't go. Imagine what would have happened if he hadn't helped you today." Toby felt deeply ashamed. When Toby returned, he mended his ways with Bertie, and the two are now firm friends, with a great deal of respect for each other. "If I passed over my tramway to buses like Bertie," Toby will say, then I left it in good wheels. That, from Toby the Tram Engine, is high praise indeed.
And I need to, like, close it down manually because it's fucking shit. God, shut the fuck up! Shut the fuck up!